Miguel Figueroa. I'm the acting president of the Canadian Peace Congress, and on behalf of the Congress and its local affiliate here in Toronto, the Toronto Association for Peace and Solidarity, we're very pleased to bring our militant solidarity to this gathering today and continuing solidarity with the Yemeni people. We know that this genocidal war, it's not just a dirty war, it's a war of genocide against the Yemeni people, has been going on for years and years. But the sad reality is that most Canadians have very little knowledge about this conflict, about this aggression. It is not because the Canadian people are indifferent to injustice, to oppression and aggression. They are not indifferent. But here we have to underline the fact that the mainstream corporate media in this country has been colluding with the US and Canadian foreign policy in the Middle East by silencing this conflict. And when they don't silence it, they portray it as simply a domestic kind of civil war, or at best a regional conflict between Saudi Arabia and Yemen.
Shame.
But we know the truth. And what is that truth? The truth is that even if the Saudis provide the pilots for the jets, those jets are provided by US imperialism. The ordnance, the smart bombs that are used come from the United States. The satellite reconnaissance to target sites inside of Yemen comes from the US. It is a US-led and orchestrated war of aggression on the people of Yemen. And Canada is complicit in that aggression. And that's why we're here today in front of Chrystia Freeland's office. Why Chrystia Freeland? Well, it's not just because she's the foreign minister. But the sad reality is that ever since she became foreign minister in January of last year, Canadian foreign policy has taken a strident turn to the right in the direction of militarism and collusion with imperialist policy around the world. And it's not just in Yemen, but it's in the dirty war on Syria and the Syrian people.
Shame.
On the Palestinian peoples.
Shame.
On the move to scuttle the Iranian anti-nuke deal.
Shame.
And to build up pressure on Iran.
Shame. Shame.
The Canadian government is colluded as well in the campaign of regime change against the people of Venezuela, now Nicaragua. At the time when there were hopeful signs of a move to reconcile and solve the conflict in Korea, the Canadian government in fact sponsored, and Chrystia Freeland chaired, a meeting in Vancouver of all of those countries that participated in the Korean War 50 years ago. And they are colluding as well through NATO in building up pressure on the Russian Federation, in supporting the fascist regime in Ukraine, and in part of the campaign against China as well. So we need to see all of these things as interconnected. It's not just separate issues and separate struggles, but it's part of a larger agenda which is bringing the world more and more not only in the direction of aggression and murder of innocent children and civilians, but in fact bringing the world to the brink of global conflict. And so when we come in solidarity with you here today, we also urge you to support all of these other struggles against imperialism, to unite in the interests of the vast majority of the peoples of the world. Solidarity with Yemen, end this dirty war, no to aggression, no to US imperialism. Thank you very much.
Thank you.